afterwards so I can talk to you real quick.
Okay.
All right, we're live. We got a couple people. We'll wait for people to get online. It usually takes a good 5 minutes or so here, but I'll give you the report from St. Louis. It was 78 degrees today, perfectly sunny, no humidity, no bugs, but I saw one wasp where I was doing my first barbecue of the year. Usually it's Super Bowl weekend. No, it's been too cold here. How about out by you? Where are you at, Oliver?
We're at Lake of the Ozarks right now, and
Nice.
beautiful, beautiful day today. I was in shorts and a cutoff all day today. It was 80, 82, I think I seen today. Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fishing? Pre-fishing?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Been pre-fishing actually all winter long actually.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. It was good to see some good weather. I'm pretty tired of wearing 30 layers.
Oh, I am so sick of it. I didn't even I saw it was supposed to be like 48 and like 58. I didn't even bring my heavy stuff. I wish I would have brought my heavy stuff for Grand Lake. It wasn't that cold, but since the storm just went by, it had humidity in the air, so it was like that wet cold. And you know how that wet cold just goes right through you easier than normal cold.
Oh yeah.
And the sun, and of course, the sun came out right as we were going on the weigh-in stage.
Yeah. I learned my lesson about Oklahoma.
What's your lesson?
The wind always blows and it's always cold.
Yeah.
Especially like really early in the year. The wind is
Yeah.
always the wind's so bad there, man.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's so flat and open. It's really weird. I've never done that trip, and I'm so used to the Ozarks and the hills. And you take 44 out, and you got the Ozarks and Branson and all this great terrain. And it's just like once you hit Joplin, you go once you hit the border at Oklahoma, it's like flattened cattle ranches, just like that. And I'm like, it's like I just like drove into Texas over the border, right?
Yeah. For sure. And there's no short of casinos either.
Oh, all the Indian casinos, yeah,
Yeah. I think
yeah.
I think if I remember right, you passed probably I don't know 3 or 4 of them just to get to Grove.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a
Hi
neat.
guys, welcome aboard, everybody. Hey Matt, how you doing? Hey Oliver, do you know Matt? Have you met Matt before? Matt, are you fishing the Toyota here on Lake of Ozarks this week? Have you?
I don't think so. No,
Okay,
I'm more familiar with faces. I mean, you know how it goes. You show up to these tournaments, you see faces,
right,
but the names never really, you know.
right.
And plus, I'm terrible with names anyway.
I used to be better with them, but in my old age, yeah, not as good as I used to be either.
I don't know what
Well,
my.
hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't know what my excuse is, but I'm bad with names myself.
All right, everybody, welcome Oliver Siebert. He's been coangling for years. He's done boater. How long have you been doing the tournament circuit here?
Well, I started doing tournaments. Oh gosh, been 10 years ago, but it was nothing really serious. Just a lot of club stuff. I never really got introduced to it. I mean, there was nobody in my family that really fished, or I never really had any friends, but I had always been into it, and probably I hit it really heavy in 2019. I started doing BFLs, and man, it just kind of took off from there. And I did the BFLs and just wanted to keep climbing and going and going. And I mean, dude, I just couldn't have enough. I probably fished, I don't know now, starting off from like no tournaments and then going to now, I probably fish 50 to 60 tournaments a year, if not
Yeah.
more. Just
Wow.
totally ate up with it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, from the first one, even though I got my butt kicked for a while, it's just like, it's just so cool. And in the tournament scene and seeing how the guys are really catching him and coming in and going, man, how could these guys catch these big bags when I'm struggling out here? I got to figure out something here. And every year, and I know I sound like a broken record, but every year I'm like, oh, I think I've learned enough. Oh no, every year you learn more. It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, you can never know enough. You know,
Yeah,
just just when you think you got it in the bag, you're going to go out and have a couple tournaments, and you're going to be like, wow, yeah,
yeah.
I'm I'm really glad I was there because I learned a lot. You know,
Yeah,
I
time
mean,
on the water, no substitute, right?
yeah, and I mean, I think that's the greatest thing for whether you're in the front of the boat or the back of the boat is just keep learning. I mean,
Yeah.
you you take each tournament, and if you can pull one little one little deal or one aspect from each, you know what I mean? It's just going to make you better in the long run.
Oh yeah, I look at every boater I have, and even with kind of say inexperienced boaters or maybe non-serious, more entertainment boaters, you learn something. You look at their strategy. You look at how they worked a certain lure, or how they strategize during the day, or how they fish the lake under those conditions, and kind of have that conversation, right? Kind of pull it out of them a little bit, right?
Oh, and, oh yeah, absolutely. And even if I don't really think that I'm going to learn something that day, I mean,
You do.
I just try to, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
and if I go home and then I'm starting to reflect on things, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, wow. You know, there was a little piece of information that was
Right.
very very beneficial. So,
Right.
I mean, you can always gain something from each tournament you fish. You really can.
All right, here. I got a full notebook of stuff here before we get into Oliver's 2026 plans and where he's been and where he's going. Maybe a quick recap here. Um, Bash fishing has officially kicked off. It's March. Everybody's fishing everywhere. There's tournaments everywhere. There's so much to report on. Probably the top line tournament of the weekend was the BPT stop number 3 there in Texas. Lake Whitley for a few days, and then the final on Lake Waco here. Zach Burge came through and just kicked butt with a white swim jig in the back areas on Waco here for 75 pounds to beat Evers, who had 44 pounds. Wow, I mean that's a smackdown, ain't it?
Oh my gosh, yeah, yeah. I was kind of keeping up with that, and then I had a feeling he was just tearing away with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had some swim jigs with me, but I didn't think I was in areas where they would work on Grand Lake quite yet. So, that's so hard when, I use the deep dive. I looked at Grand Lake videos. I mean, it's a famous lake. There's classics there at this time of the year. There's other BFLs and Toyotas and whatever from this time of year here. Um, and you go in and you just get that weather change the day before where it just absolutely turned off. Uh, Shallow bite did turn on. But back to the BPT, large was 9.4. They're surprised they didn't catch a double-digit bass down there. I am too. I think if they would have fished a day later, they probably would have had it. Drew Gill fighting for his life in 5th place, but made the final cut here. And um, pretty interesting day. I don't know. Did you get to see much of it, Oliver?
I didn't really tune into it too much.
Yeah,
Kind of kept up with the updates throughout the day.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anybody in the crowd here? That's me, an entertainment boater. What do you mean by Zach? Or who? I thought it was interesting here to see, Drew Gill with all his forward-facing sonar skills. He usually does the first period. He did the second period, and he was really throwing the Nico worm and the drop shot worm later in the day and kind of mopping up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's probably different for a lot of people, and I've kind of been watching to see how that one period plays out with the forward facing. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of battles within your mental self about that, because it's like you can spend 3 4 days of practice, and you can look at each day and look at all the bite windows, and they could be different day to day to day, and it's like,
Yep.
well, what do
Yep.
I do? And then you never know the conditions. Um,
Right.
so I'm sure there's a
Right.
lot of variables that go into it, but the guys that are, I mean, the guys that are elite with it they're gonna figure it out when they use it. And that's all there is to it.
Oh yeah, and that's been a challenge for everybody. I heard a lot of the boaters at the LBL opener talk about it, and a lot of talk on the BPTs. A lot of talks on our tournaments, how the boaters treating it, how they doing. What's their strategy early in the day, late in the day, based on conditions or experience. Yeah, I think it adds a new dynamic back in.
Absolutely.
Um, Probably some next big tournaments is there was a double tournament BFL on Gunnersville because they had Saturday normal and then Sunday was a rescheduled here. I got a separate page on that one. It's Gunnersville. Okay. On Saturday, it took 28-10 to win. Big Bass was 9-2. To get a boater check, it was 17-10. On the co-angler side, 14-13 to win. Basically, 3 5-pounders, like when I was there in February. 9-14 to get a check. You got to have three 3+ pounders to get a measly get your entry fee back check.
Mhm.
And the big bass was 9-3, bigger than the boater bass, right? I notice that a lot sometimes. I think because co-anglers dragging slow stuff on the back, and they're few and far between, but the big ones like the bigger, slower stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I noticed that a lot, and especially in a lot of these Toyotas. You'll see a co-angler; they'll have the biggest bass of the whole tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that doesn't surprise me for Gunnersville. That place is, I mean, chocked full of three plus pounders. So that doesn't surprise me at all.
And they're all healthy right now too, real fat, right?
Hmm. They're
Yeah.
they're probably the fattest that they're going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they went out Sunday again. Um, Weights down a little bit, of course, tournament pressure, or maybe the cold front moved in on Sunday. I didn't look at what was going on there, but I'm guessing if I got it Friday night in Oklahoma, a couple of days, it's probably their day and a half. 26-8 to win. Big Bass 7-4, 19-9 to get a check. So they were more stacked up. Co-angler side was even better. 16-3 to win. 3 bass. Man, I want to be there. I want to move there. What do you think, Oliver? Should we move there?
I've already got the plan in notion, buddy.
Yeah. And Big Bass 7-7 beat the boater again. So, wow. Um, and then locally here, uh, Southern Illinois, Lake of Egypt had 2 big tournaments this weekend. Illinois Team Trail was on Lake of Egypt, and oh my God, look how close this was. It's a team trail, 18.46 to win, but the next weights were 18.41, 18.16, 17.99, 17.97, 17.64, 17.52. Oh my gosh. Ever see anything that tight?
No, no. It's the difference between one fish regurgitating one shad in the live well.
Yeah, yeah, Or eating one more shad before you catch him.
I know. Geez, yeah, that is pretty tight race there.
And then Illinois Bass Federation was on Egypt. It was a 2 day. It was their double tournament, day one and day two. So day one, 14 pounds to win. Day two, 12.6 pounds to win. Um, Obviously, those guys aren't as familiar with the lake as the ITT guys are all. A lot of locals in Southern Illinois. They fish the lake forever, and I don't think IBF goes there very often either. Our fellow bass angler friend Corey Bowman had some trolling motor problems and some other issues on day one. And he probably doesn't want us to talk about day one, but day two, he had 10-2. He got him figured out. So hats off to him here. And then Grand Lake VFL I was at here took, where'd my notes go? Yeah, here we go. 21-10 to win. We had a tornado warning the day before. It was 80 degrees when I pulled into town. It was 46 degrees at takeoff. And the wind, south, north, 20 miles an hour, total change. But the water was 55 on Friday, and it was like 53. It didn't change much overnight, but it was cooling during the day. Check was 14 pounds for a boater. Big bass was only 6'4". My boater caught 4 for 11.10. I fished with the guy who'd fished there for a while. He was a shallow water guy. He goes, I don't even really use forward facing. Finally, at about 12:30, he goes, oh, we got to be in at 3:30. I'm going to turn it on just to see, but I don't use it. And he basically didn't use it. 12-2 to win as a co. Big bass was 6'3". A check was 6'15". I had 2 little ones for 310. I had a couple bites that picked it up and dropped it. And at 230, 240 on a crankbait, I had a nicer one, like a 2.5, 3-pounder. Roll on it. I had him on for about 5 seconds. I saw him come up out of the water, and I could see every single fish me or my boater had hooked that day was the one hook deal. You know those days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just aren't too good.
Yeah, but it was a fun experience. I wouldn't exchange it. I'd go back. I see what people are saying. There's a good amount of docks. We stayed up on the north side by Wolf Creek. I saw the famous Wolf Creek here. A lot of rocks and gravel everywhere. I mean, everywhere I drug it was rocks and gravel. Shallow, dirty water. Later in the day, after we weren't doing so well, we went down a mile, about 2 or 3 miles. That's all I saw. I don't think we made it to Shangri-La, but the water got a little clearer. We got a few more bites. And then in the afternoon, the sun didn't come out, but it got a little lighter. And I think that the bite definitely picked up in the afternoon. We picked up a couple of more. So you've been to Grand Lake multiple times, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've fished a few Toyotas there and a couple of those big team series, the Nichols tournaments.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I like Grand Lake. So you guys never made it even close to the dam then if you didn't get past Shangri-La.
Oh no. The dam was almost got hit by a tornado the week before. I mean, the night before. The tornado came right up there and went on the north side of the lake. I was staying in Grove. I was on the south side of it. I was under tornado warning from 9:44 to 10:44. It was hailing. The wind was blowing. The door was shaking on the motel. I was at the Best Western there. If you've ever stayed there, it seems like a decent value. And then it hit again about midnight, and then another front came in at like 3 to 3:45. So I can't say I got a lot of sleep that night.
I was gonna ask you if you got some sleep or not.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Anyways, enough about the fishing weekend. Unless anyone has any other Kentucky Lake this weekend, 21. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I think it was it something on a Cuttawa on Barkley? I saw a couple of Facebook posts. James, did you fish it? Yeah, Kentucky Lake's going to be heating up here too. I'm not sure how hard you guys got hit with rain or whatnot, but it's going to be waking up. I mean, it's March. I mean, Southern Illinois, Kentucky, Southern Missouri, even Ozarks, north of us, Shelbyville and that, okay, you got to wait till April and hopefully, we're about a month away from the Illini opener. Hopefully that keeps going. Squeak into the regional. That's another reason, Chris, good comment, why I decided to do the road trip down there. I only fished 3 Ozarks last year. I was 72, 65 went. I was hoping on the waiting list I'd get there, but I didn't. But I'm like, I got to get some experience down there for the regional. I did, but I said cut it. Okay, all right. That kind of gets our recap. I'm trying to speed through that to give Oliver all the time here, and usually you get more. Yeah, we're up to 12 now. So peak time, Oliver. Thanks for coming on the show here. Um, let's talk about your general 2026 plan because it's been different from previous years, right?
Yeah, yeah. I decided to change it up a lot this year. I mean, I've always fished a few Toyotas, usually just the Plains division, and I threw a lot of BFLs in there. Usually try to fish, oh, I don't know, a division or two. Fished a lot of the Illini and a lot of the Ozark, and then I got a home lake where I used to live, Lake Wapapello. I don't know if you heard of
Oh
it.
yeah, oh
We
yeah, oh yeah.
we
The
do a
Big
lot
O.
we do a lot of big tournaments out there during the summertime. That keeps me pretty busy because you're not going to catch me on Lake of the Ozarks in the summer. I can tell you that.
No, no. And I always forget when you know, the Ozarks division and the Toyota, they're always there in February. I'm like, God damn, why are you there? It's crazy. Well, because you can't fish all summer. I'm like, duh.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know though. I'd probably sacrifice my back for a May tournament versus a middle of February.
Yeah.
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 But
Okay,
no,
so for 2026, you said, okay, I'm gonna fish the Toyotas. What Toyotas are you doing this year?
so I decided I knew I was gonna hop in that Gunnersville Toyota. We just had that one, and then I'm gonna do the Plains division, and then I'm gonna hop in the believe it's Southwestern division this year on Grand. Pretty much 2 weeks from now.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, you're smart. I only did the plains last year, and if I would have fished one more, I would have been in the wild card. I should have known that. That's so strategic. You got to do four to get that wild card so you can drop one or you can drop two. That makes so much sense to get in the championship.
Mhm.
Where's the championship going to be this year? Last year it was on Grand.
It's on Pickwick this year.
It's on Pickwick. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Have you been there before?
Yeah,
You've been everywhere.
and then I have a lot of friends that live that way, so I got a lot of knowledge and some. Maybe I have too many preconceived notions on that pond, but yeah, yeah, that's a really good fishery,
Yeah.
especially in November. I'd say September, October doesn't fish too well, but you get into that later fall swing and things start to pick up a little bit. So,
Oh yeah, we saw that last year by the weights. Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the
but yeah.
wild wasn't the wild card there last year, the BFL wild card?
Mm, I'm not sure, but that sounds right.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
yeah.
So you've already been in the Gunnersville. That was a Central Division. I know Mike Sweatland was down there too. What'd you think? How'd you do?
Did pretty good. Really just going off of, watching some videos, just kind of prior Grass Lake knowledge, So I kind of went into it and I had a plan. I didn't know how the forward facing was going to go. I mean, that's always a deal. And I got fortunate enough day one, drew out with a guy that his pattern, he wasn't going to use it. He didn't need it. We were fishing shallow grass and we were
Mm-hmm.
fishing schooling fish
Yep.
and managed to have 17-8 by 9:45 in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Proceeded to throw about it. It was sickening on how many 2 3/4 pounders I was throwing back all day.
Yeah. What did you end up with?
Uh, Day one, I had 17-8, and then day two, I went out first thing in the morning, caught a 4 pounder, and then immediately right after that, I caught a really close to 4 pounds. I think it was 3.7, 3.7, 3.8, and then after that, it was just not my day. Every fish I caught, just like you were saying, hooked
Yep.
right in the roof of the mouth, and you'd have them pinned up, and you come and watch them jump, and you just watch fish chatter.
Lure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there's no excuse. I was sitting in 15th place after day one, and I should have stayed there or went higher after day 2. But I was fortunate enough to get the fish that I had in the boat and catch a pretty good check.
Nice.
So I mean, I can't complain. I mean, I kind of went home with my tail tucked between my legs because I just knew the potential and I seen the fish that I had. But
Yeah. Yeah.
that's how it is, man. I mean, that's how it
It's
goes.
fishing.
You know, I got to experience a new body of water, and I don't know. That was
Oh, you never been there before?
no, that was my first time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome, and I got to ride in a new Icon for the first time, so that was pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah. How'd you like it? I have not been in an Icon yet. I've heard lots of really good things.
Oh, it's an incredible ride and plenty of oh shit handles.
Yeah. How was the weather when you were out there?
Beautiful. It was a
Yeah.
little cool and crisp in the morning, but probably about 10 o'clock, 10:30, you were starting to strip off. I mean, it got warm pretty quick. So
Nice.
yeah,
How was the water clarity?
uh, very clean actually, very very clean. Um, I don't know how familiar you are with Wethersville, but had we ran up into Mud Creek up the river a little bit, and it wasn't dirty, but I'd say it had a little stain. But for the most part, man, the water that we were running was pretty clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And when you're fishing the grass, what were you sitting out in like 15 to 20 and throwing into grass that was 4 or 5 feet tall?
no, we were sitting in 3 foot, thrown into about 1 foot.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see. I was there on February 14th last year. When was this tournament?
February 18th, I believe.
Oh, we had a cold spell too, but yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
and
Yeah, that's the first time I was out on a real grass lake, and I know they read, oh, you gotta have the chatterbait and the lipless, just ticking the grass or ripping it through the grass, and without forward facing or sonar for me as a coangler to try and get the field to just get it on the grass line. It took me 3 4 hours to kind of hone in on that technique.
yeah, it was. I mean, I know that I'm an Ozark guy. I mean, I fished.
Yeah,
I mean, and this whole grass fishing was a really curveball for me. But I
yeah,
was
me
fortunate
too.
enough to get out there and have a couple days practice, and I got the dialer in practice, and
So how'd you get to practice?
with my link.
With your link? That's what I did last year too. I got a half day in. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that was
and
help.
I knew that I had never been to Gunnersville, and it was kind
Yeah,
of I really want to go to this lake and fish. So I asked my link way in advance, probably two or 3 months, if I could go out there and practice with him a couple of days, and he didn't seem to care. And we went out there and had a good old time, and I really got the yo-yo technique down
with the lipless.
with the lipless and chatterbait. I mean, and I really learned, and what keyed me in practice is you can throw in the same spot 30 times, but if you don't tick that one piece of grass, that one good piece of hydrilla, you're not going to get bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you can tick the grass and just, I guess, piss that fish off enough,
He gonna come up and bam.
yep. And they are mean. I've never had so many 2-pound fish dog me like a 5 or 6 pounder here, and every time I
Yeah,
set the hook, I thought it was a giant. I mean, those fish are
yeah.
so, it's unreal.
I had like 2 for 6 pounds. I thought each one was like a 5 when I first got him. Yeah,
Yeah, they
nice.
fight so hard, and I've never got to fish in 2 foot of water and catch the amount of fish, the size of the fish in February. It's unreal.
And their bellies were just full, right? They were just
Just full.
chubs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, half of the fish we were catching had gizzard shad just hanging out their throats. Crazy.
Pooping that white shit all over you, right?
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was just such a surreal time. Just an amazing place.
Oh, we got a question here.
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons that I decided to go there. It's very co-angler friendly. I mean, when somebody says 360 fishing, it's literally 360 fishing. Any cast you make could be, I mean, it's unreal. I didn't feel there's times throughout a tournament to where I don't feel as confident. I didn't go 1 minute in that whole tournament not feeling confident.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was there, when we were really shallow for the first hour and a half, and then he pulled off and went a little deeper, and there wasn't much structure. There was uh, like a little sunken island we were throwing at, but not much out there. And about an hour of that, catching nothing, we went back in to those grass flats, sitting in about 15, throwing into what was probably 10, 7, 8, 4, 5 feet on the bottom with grass coming out, right to the line. And that was a deal. That was a deal big time.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that there was, I don't even know how many limits were caught in that Toyota. It was,
Oh, yeah.
and actually, the first day, the co-angler leader after the first day had the biggest bag of the whole tournament on day one.
Wow. How much?
26 something.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It was
Who
crazy.
was it? Do you remember?
Alan,
Bernicki?
no, it wasn't Bernicki.
Oh,
Alan Hunts, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't win. I think he come in second, but he was consistent every single day, and that's what you got to be in these Toyotas to be relevant.
Oh, yeah.
You have got to be consistent every single day.
I don't care if they're 12-inch spots, you got to have 5,
You
basically,
got,
right? Yep.
yep, you've got to have 5, or you got to have 3 5-pounders.
Yeah. Well,
And
when you're talking Gunnersville, I mean, it's just legendary, right?
absolutely. And I mean, I just knew going into it day one, if I didn't have 5, I mean, that was the goal, was 5, and the 5
Right.
that I caught just so happened to be all really good fish. And like I said, day 2 the wheels fell off, but that's on me. So, but
Yeah, and a little bit of luck, the light hooking or whatever.
yeah, but
So
can't.
what about your boater on day 2 and forward facing, and say forward facing for day 1? A lot of questions been coming up on the stream for guys who haven't been out yet with the new rule. How did he approach it? Did you talk about it? Did you time it? At my Grand Lake tournament, during the meeting, and he said, hey, if you guys were going to have lie detector tests, we're going to have 2 or 3 blind random draws here. And if there's any question, we've had an issue. The number one issue was talking on cell phones to buddies. You can't do it. If you see a guy on the water, you can say what you want, but you can't call him on a mobile phone. That's the number one problem we're going to ask during that. And 2 is forward facing. So just take a picture when you start and when you end. So that way there can be, even if you fail the lie detector test, you can say, here's the photo. I thought that was a great idea. But tell me about your experience out there with it.
Well, I had 2 really good boaters with communication. As soon as I got the boat and we got settled, he I guess he had a plan, and he told me, he goes, I really don't need scope for what I'm doing. He said, I'm gonna wait till 12 o'clock, because we were doing it 3:30, and we stayed in one area all day. And he said, it's gonna take me 20 minutes to get back. So he said, I'm running my scope from 12 to 3.
Yep.
And then he said, I'm not chasing fish. He goes, I'm chasing shad.
Yep.
I want to know where them shad are moving.
Mm-hmm.
So day 1, like he said, we really didn't need scope. Me and him both had our 5 before well before noon, and at noon, it really didn't change much, man. He didn't go
Right.
chasing them. I mean, he just was chasing shad, power poling down. We'd fish the
Yep.
shad would move, we'd chase him, power pole down.
Right.
And then day two, my guy started scoping first thing in the morning. He was chasing them with a minnow, pretty good. And then he just really wasn't having much response. And not to say he wasted his period, but his period really,
Yeah.
it just really wasn't beneficial. I think he caught 1 2-pounder.
Yep. Yep.
So, but when his time was up, he even told me, he said, "Hey, my time's up. Just letting you know I'm turning it off." And he goes, "You can watch me." And he did. He turned it off. And
Mm-hmm.
man, things were good. I didn't have anybody try to extend it a minute or 10 minutes or try to con me. I mean, it was pretty straight cut, cut
Yeah.
and clear. That's the rules. And I mean, it's been fine. I mean, in me, I don't really throw a fit about nothing. I mean,
Right.
the
Right.
3-hour rule doesn't affect me one way or another. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do back there. So,
Right.
yeah, as far as that 3-hour rule, everybody was pretty respectful about it. I mean, they did their 3 hours and they were done. So, I mean,
Right.
I didn't really
Yeah,
see
that's what
much
I
issue.
fished 2 tournaments this year, and same thing, no problem whatsoever. It's like anything else. We talk, 99% of the guys, no problem. It's the 1%, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think you're always going to have them very few people who might try to slide something, but
Hmm.
for the most part, man, all of these guys who fish these tournaments, they're all pretty good dudes, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't met nobody sly like that.
No, me neither. Me neither.
Yeah.
I've only fished like 30 something, 30 something tournaments, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris is asking about braid or fluorocarbon down there in the weeds.
Um, during the winter time and early when the grass isn't really like full, everybody's throwing fluorocarbon. I mean, fluoro's the way to go. The grass isn't. I mean, the grass is thick on the bottom, but the grass isn't topped out yet. You're not.
Right.
You're not really punching mats, and when you catch them in
Right.
grass, you're not really having to saw through much because it's all kind of dead. I
And
mean,
fluorocarbon slides through better unless it's really thick anyway, right?
yeah. Well, that and then I kind of do like a little bit of stretch when the grass isn't thick. I kind of want a little stretch because the bite was so subtle. Like they were getting it, but the bite was very subtle. And I think if I would have been using braid, it would have just been too much line to bait. And I think I would have jerked it out of a lot of them's mouth.
Especially if there was light biting, like you said too, right?
Now, I will say if you were fishing pad stems, which I didn't have anybody fishing pad stems, but if you were in the lily pads, I could see braid being very
Oh
beneficial.
yeah.
But as far as that loose kind of dying hydrilla, that and a little bit of milfoil, I mean, that fluorocarbon was just fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that all depends on the grass. I think as the year progresses and that grass starts to get thicker, I would definitely suggest braid. But in that time of the year, I don't think braid's very necessary. No.
Right. What was the water temperature like out there?
Mid 50s.
55-ish?
Yeah, 55 to 58. Yeah.
So they had full bellies, but they weren't quite spawning yet.
No, they were definitely not on beds, but they were staging up. They were
Yep.
They were right there.
They're coming in. Yep.
Yeah, and believe it or not, there was a few caught on top water.
No way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really?
I had a few buddies.
Hearsay or
Yeah. No, I know for certain.
Yeah. Wow.
I seen it in practice, and I had a couple buddies down there that I talked to that they were doing a little bit of frogging.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
frogging in February.
I mean,
What a concept from a guy from Northern Illinois.
I did not have the guts to try it, nor did I bring frogs with me. But yeah, I was pretty shell shocked when I seen one come up on it.
Yeah, yeah. How was the water clarity?
Very, very clean. Very clean. I mean, you could, if you got up shallow, I mean, it felt like I was back home. I mean, the water was very gin clear, and
Right.
grass. I mean, you could see the grass clear as day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you weren't throwing a little chartreuse squirmy tail on a crappie jig now, were you?
No, no. I mean, I guess the water cleaned up, or Hank Cherry found the magic water there. But no, I did not see any grubs being thrown there.
Yeah. So Matt's asking about the Toyota here. That's where you're at, right?
Mm-hmm.
You sitting in a B&B there, huh?
Yeah, yeah, sitting in a condo here, right on the lakeside.
Yeah, I saw you took a picture. It looks like those condos right at that bay across from PB2, kind of, right? Is that
Yep,
where it was?
yep, that's
Nice,
exactly where I'm at.
nice. Did you get any practice in?
Oh yeah, yeah. We had a tournament last week, and just kind of went out just to kind of see the pattern, just kind of see if it stayed the same, and everything kind of checked out. So I'm good to go.
Oh, what tournament was last weekend down there?
Joe Bass.
What did it take to win? Is that a team tournament or?
Yeah, it's a winter series team tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it usually always takes about 20 to win. 17 to 20 usually takes it.
Yeah,
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 yeah. But it's fun to fish during the winter down here. I mean, there's not much going on, and it's just fun to
right.
consistently get up there and fish.
What's the water temperature up to out there?
I'm seeing anywhere from 45 to 47, 48 as the day peaks on, but I'm seeing consistent 43 to 45 as the day starts out, and then as the sun kind of progresses to get out, you get back in them shallow creeks, and it raises 2 to 3 degrees. So
Wow, I guess in this cold weather, it hasn't warmed up hardly any since I was out there a few weeks ago. It was like 43, 45. I thought it would be up by now.
no, I mean, in years past, this lake's taken a while to. It doesn't just jump up there.
Yeah, yeah, it's deep and it's cool and it's yeah, clear water, so it doesn't
But
heat as quick. Yeah.
but I mean, I never checked up the rivers. I never went up the Osage real far. Went up the Niagara.
Hmm.
I'm sure back in them warmer, muddy water pockets. I mean, I'm sure a guy could find 50.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I as a general, yeah, the lake doesn't really just ain't really been jumping up. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it takes a while, and I think that's why majority of these fish here on Lake of the Ozarks spawn the first or second week in May. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Your
because
house even. I'm sorry, go ahead.
just because the water temp takes so long to get there. It's
Right.
not like a TVA lake or a Kentucky lake that
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it just takes these Ozark lakes just a little bit longer to get.
Oops. We seem to have lost Oliver here. I was gonna ask him about the water clarity. Um, it was a little bit off colored, especially for early in the year for Lake of Ozarks when I was there on the 21st or 22nd. Um, some people had said there was almost like a little bit of turnover from just, cold to, okay, he's probably going to dial back in here. Um, it probably gets down to 37 or so and then comes back. There we go.
Lost you there.
Yeah, yeah, you just went black. I don't know what happened. I guess you jumped out and jumped back in, but yeah.
I got a
I was
phone
going to
call.
ask. Oh, you got a phone call and it kicked you out. I was going to watch you about water clarity. I was surprised when I was there on like the 21st or 22nd, it was kind of like off color, uncanny, but someone had said it was almost like an early turnover from ice out. Maybe that's something that happens. I imagine it's a lot clearer now. I mean, it was like 2 to 3 feet when I'm there, and it's normally, 3 to 5, 6.
Yeah, I mean, it's back to gin clear. I mean, I didn't fish that BFL, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's gin clear up the rivers. Obviously, with all that rain that we've had, it's a little marked up, but yeah, the water. I mean, the water clarity is good, and the water's come up a little bit. The water looked. Oh shoot! 2 weeks ago, it was at its lowest. I mean,
Yeah. We were 5.5 feet low when we were there.
it was really low, but the water looks like it's come up a little bit. I ain't really checked it, but I just know this condo that we're staying in, I've been watching the water level, and it's been slowly kind of rising a little bit. So that's good. We're headed in the right direction.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've never seen Ozarks that low. I've fished it maybe 5 times, but I'm like, when that water drops down like the 6 feet, man, I saw shoreline gravel and stumps and rocks, and I'm like, oh man, I'd be mapping that stuff. There's some wonderful stuff that gets exposed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Brian's got a question for you. It looks like 200 boats in the Toyota. I think he means at Gunnersville. Oh yeah, Gunnersville. You put in at Goose Pond.
Oh, no. So we put in at the state park. I wish we put in at Goose Pond.
Yeah, Goose Pond. Like you can put in 4 or 5 at a time there, right?
State park, you cannot.
So how many state park is it? Like a two banger?
Yeah.
It's like a Shelbyville. Well, Shelbyville, you can sneak in 4 with bass boats, but if you get someone else in there, they hog the whole
Yeah.
lane.
No, so I haven't been there, but from what I've seen, the state park, the ramp is like you had like one little isolated ramp with like 20 parking spots.
Oh
And
my gosh.
it was a two banger, and then you had a ramp at this like 100 foot this way, and it was I believe that one was a 3, but a lot of people were driving over though. There was a lot of people
Yeah.
because it was so. I don't know why they didn't put in a Goose Pond. I was kind of surprised. Both my boaters, when I told them I'll meet you at State Park, they were like, "What are you talking about?" On day one, I'm like, we're taking out of the state park.
Yeah. Where is the state park kind of near that area or somewhere else? I don't know where state park is.
It's not near. I believe it is north. Don't quote me, but if my directions,
Okay.
it's north of Goose Pond.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that could be a fandangle if you don't get that right.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it just it never ceases to amaze me when you get that many boats. Just you would think by now that people don't try to cluster each other, but it's always a cluster. It
Yeah.
was just so cluster.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never understood why boat 186 will be up there when they're calling boat 20.
You know what? If I have a late number, I want to get there late. Miss the traffic, miss the hubbub. It doesn't matter. By the time you take off, you can show up after the national anthem, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, you got to check in before takeoff. Oh, I know guys that check in afterwards all the time, right? Just call the TD. I had to ha tonka with my boater link before the VFL water certificate. Ha tonka. I don't know what that means. You know what that means?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, like I said, we've seen it up to 50, 51, 52 degrees back. I mean, just back in them shallow pockets.
Oh, well, yeah.
As far as the overall lake temperature, it's not well above 50. It's still in the 40s.
Oh, man, they're running water. Okay, man, that's good. Man, current is good.
I
Man,
think it's
are
going
you
to.
hopping in Toyota? Yeah, pop it in the link here. So it starts tomorrow, right?
What's that?
It starts tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So you got your link already?
Oh yeah, I got the day one pairing. It's actually a guy that I know. I've actually drawn out with him before.
Oh, neat. What boat are you?
34.
34.
Yeah.
Okay, you probably don't want to talk too much about it. I don't know how much people are watching, but Lake of Ozarks, this time of year, clear water, water temperature, a rig, jerk bait, little jig. Uh, much more to talk about? Maybe a drop shot.
Yeah, I will say that. I mean, there's no secrets no more. I don't know why guys try to be hush hush, but no. So the last weekend we come out here for the winter series. I had I don't know why I had just had a weird notion that there was going to be a real good crawfish pattern going on. I don't know. I just had it in my mind, and maybe I was tired of shaking a minnow, but
Yep, yep, yep.
had it in my mind. And the first fish I caught, I went to unhook him, and there was a crawfish
Really?
sticking right out of his mouth with the pincher straight up, and I see
Whoa.
the color of that
Wow.
crawfish. And I told my partner, I said, "Oh, dude, we're fixing to get him now."
Nice.
I
Was the crawfish still pretty red? Because if it's below 50, he was brown. Oh, interesting.
he was about as green pumpkin and brown as you could get.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
greeny brown. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he was
Interesting.
about yay big.
Oh, I could run in the other room and show you some of those.
Yeah, so I pretty much took that and I ran with it and had a pretty good day. We did pretty good.
So speaking of baits, so I tried some of them fuzzy monsters on Gran. Um, and I tried Snoopy's. I don't see him online here. Some of those really cool Medusa Neds, but my boater was just fishing way too quick. I couldn't. I could hardly. If I wanted to fish a jig, I caught one on a jig. He's fishing a bank over here. I chuck it 60 yards across the bay into a dock and caught one. And I had to leave the bail open for it to even sink. But um, I bet I have something you guys want. And you know what it is? I just got it in my box today. I found the last two on the internet this week. You know what they are?
What's that?
Have you been following what's been winning tournaments this year?
A little bit. Oh yeah,
Look at that baby.
the old
I
Koki.
got the last two on the website.
You jumped on the wagon, didn't you?
My brother-in-law, he was making some homemade ones last year in September, and I bought a few, and we kind of tried them on Shelbyville, and he had a little reaction. I wasn't working them right, and actually, watching a bunch of videos where you got to fish them more like a jerk bait. It's that little reaction and getting those things going. That's the deal.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've experimented with like the smaller dice bait on like a drop shot on a T-Rock, and I've caught some good bass on that, but I haven't.
Yeah. Like the little, I had some of those Strike King tumbleweeds was the only one I could get last fall.
Yeah, that's what I throw. I stocked up on them just because I liked it. I liked how small
Yeah.
it was, and but no, I haven't played with them. I don't even know what's the appeal. I really don't.
I don't, fish bite them. I don't know. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah,
Go figure fish brains out, huh?
I know. I cannot figure out what it even looks like.
Um, I think bass are just such apex predators. They're like, oh, hey, something's alive and I've never seen it before. Eat it. Right
Well,
up, dog.
I I think that's what they do in Japan, man. Just think they're like, let's think of the most oddball stuff and let's let's get it before America does, and then like they'll just smash them, and then 2 years later it'll float through U.S. and we'll be like, oh, what's this? It's crazy what they come up with, man. But if it works, it works. But
Oh yeah, and I also had last year, towards the end of the year, I got some of those. I think it's big bite baits. They had the fuzzy sensation Neds,
oh yeah,
and I definitely was getting some bites on those on Neds late last year when it kind of got tough. Um,
yeah, I know that I've experimented with those fuzzy Neds, but during like bed fishing,
yeah,
just,
drives them
just
nuts.
throwing them weightless, or
Yep,
let them
yep,
float up there and shimmy down on the bed. They just cannot stand it. They hate it.
yeah. It's a varmint in their nest. Yeah, uh-huh.
But it's
Yeah,
so
like my
subtle. Though. It's so
yeah,
subtle.
yeah. Yeah, my brother-in-law, he tried them wacky, but we were in deeper water at the time of year, so it just took forever. And then he put it on a drop shot to get it down there a little bit earlier. And now they're like saying the deal is, and there's tons of videos out there, is you need to get the weight in it. So shove like a Nico weight, put a big hook in it or a treble hook, or the guys that were winning the last couple of BPT tournaments were purportedly doing is Queen Tackle makes this tungsten that looks like a cylindrical drop shot that you stick in the middle of the thing, but it's got a hole in the middle. You put your line through and you can get the treble in the bottom. So it's got the weight on it. So when you give it the jerks and the wraps, the weight's right there. So it gives it the right flaring kind of action. That seems to be the real deal.
Okay.
And in conjunction with forward facing, like everything else, to put it in front of the fish's face and wave it, above it and in front of it drives them nuts.
I mean, yeah, you could see how that would just more or less piss them off.
Yeah, yeah. Or man, free big meal. Yum. I like an all you can eat buffet,
Well,
don't you?
I like to imagine, and I could be totally wrong, but I imagine probably 30 to 40% of the bites we get, and yeah, maybe they're feeding, but I think the other time, reaction. I
Yeah,
mean, you piss them off. They don't want it near them,
right,
So
right. Or they're just apex predators, right?
yeah, they just want to kill it.
Right. Or especially something like those spots. I mean, they're just man, they hit like a freight train,
Oh
right?
my God, them 12-inch spots, I tell you, will put up the biggest fight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can't wait to tie into a couple of them tomorrow. I tell you.
Hey, welcome. Nathan here from Snoopy's CustomLures.com here. He's got a bunch of plastics and this really cool looking Medusa Ned. I've shown it a few times, not you've seen it. It's a Ned, but it has like the flailing, not I wouldn't call it fuzzy, but kind of like the fuzzy stuff, and they kind of float up to make it like you know,
Yeah, I seen that.
a crazy looking,
Believe
yeah.
I believe you showed that on the stream with Thomas.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool looking bait.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully he's making some money on it. Thanks to the stream, buddy. Um, I don't know if you caught it. My boater was fishing so fast, I tried it. He gave me some prototype weedless ones. There's tons of rocks in Grand Lake. I mean, I was hitting rocks on every single cast, no matter where I was. I did not hang up once, but my boater was going so quick, I couldn't fish it efficiently.
What was he doing?
He was throwing a crankbait and a spinner bait, and his trolling motor was on 5 the whole time. He went around every dock. He was fishing shallow rock, and shallow rock, we caught some on wood. A lot of guys were catching them shallow as we came in to weigh in. Everyone was like spinner bait, a rig, jerk bait, crankbait. I mean, kind of a little bit of a gamut.
Yeah, that sounds like Grand Lake.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to have some good luck on that lake, but it can be very, very tough as well, though. It can be very humbling.
Yeah.
But
No, it was fun though.
oh, Oh, absolutely. Did you guys get to run up the Elk River, or did you guys pretty much stay towards the dam?
Oh no, well, Wolf Creek's up there by the rivers. The dam's on the other side. We didn't go near the dam. We actually, we just went north a little bit and then a little bit this way, and then we went down a few miles. So we probably just went like 2 or 3 miles north, a little bit over this way, and 2 or 3 miles south. We just were basically around Wolf Creek there, which
Oh,
by the way was just freaking awesome. 9 ramps, you get there, there's people directing you, people with lights, shooing you, telling you which ramp to go to. I mean, it was like an assembly line, where to park, how to park. It,
yeah.
it was phenomenal.
I
It was like a
believe
regional at a BFL.
it's the Rotary Club, I think, that does that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They're always there.
yeah, yeah. And a golf cart to the parking lot and back and forth, you know?
Yeah. I try not to steal a seat on the golf cart from somebody a lot older than me, but if there's a
An
free,
old man like me.
believe me, I'm gonna take the free ride if there's not an old man waiting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I mean,
Okay, man. So you got the Toyota tomorrow, man. You got to be excited. Toyota #2 here.
oh yeah, yeah. I'm always excited, especially not that far from the house. I mean, pretty much my home lake. I'm yeah, it just kind of sucks though, man. I mean, I've done better on lakes I've never been to. I just think a lot of that home knowledge and a lot of preconceived notions can kill it for you sometimes, but I'm just going to go into it and doing what I know right now and just
Well, brother, I like to talk about that point because that's exactly what happened to me last year in Shelbyville. I cut down on hours. I had Fridays off. I was there Fridays with no one out there, free reign, catching fish, learning tons of new areas and stuff. And it comes to tournament day and Zippo. I mean, some of it's I'm not in control. Some of it's just like conditions always freaking change, right?
consistently. Yeah. Well, I don't like to I I try to stay mentally there. I mean, that's the best thing you can do, especially in the back of the boat, man. Is not even worry what's going on up there. Just you and your window. You do your confidence. You do you, and it's gonna work out. But it just, man, I've had so many successful days here doing X, Y, Z, B, D, and it's like I just got to stay in the lane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Let's stop and talk about that one a little bit because that's just so incredibly important. Let me take another snippet. I'm driving home from Grand Lake, and I'm thinking about how it always is on the drive home. Whether you do good, you think about the good things. When you do bad, you think about what could have I done better or whatever. But I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I didn't get spun out, but it was cold, it was wet, we had the tornado, I was tired, um, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, I'm not catching fish. My boater's not catching fish. He's only caught one. Um, he really wasn't, he really wasn't a technical sonar guy. He was really a history guy. He's fished the lake forever, and knew the good spots. Went from good spot to good spot. And got us on good spots, but the fish had moved because of that big weather front. And I'm looking, and I'm not seeing fish, and I'm not seeing bait, and I'm going, man, God, what am I going to do? We're just not around them. I kept having to tell myself, and tell me if you go through this too, I got to not worry about that. Okay, use the sonar and whatever as an indication. Or are they suspended? Do I see some on bottom? Do I see structure? But they can be hiding on the bottom, especially when conditions get tough or whatever. And then I'm coming home and BTL is on, and Patrick Walters is on. I mean, probably top 10 in the world right now for what he's been doing. Just won the NPFL. And he's like, dude, if I could give people one piece of advice, and this was incredible, coming from not me, from him. He's like, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. I don't care what you think you know. If you nailed them one day, I don't care if it's practice day or the last practice day or day one of the tournament or day two of the tournament, I almost guarantee you, if you go back to that same spot and fish the same way, you're going to get zonked because it's always changing. And it just resonated in my mind. So let me leave you with that thought and see what you think about it.
I got the perfect scenario. Go back to Lake Gunnersville. Guy that I guy that I practiced with. We were doing a certain thing. It was working. In my mind, that's my game plan.
It's the deal.
Fast forward to day number one, and I'm glad I figured it out. And one of the things that I do as a coangler, if the day starts out not going very well, I really hone in, and I don't pay attention necessarily to what he's doing, but sometimes I'll hone in and I will look and I'll be like, okay, he's not getting bit, I'm not getting bit, and I'll watch what he's doing and I'll study him. And if I can pick up exactly what he's doing and he's got the same 10 and 2 motion, he's doing the same, doing that, okay, now I go to what I'm doing and I redefine what he's doing and I do it differently.
You got to do something. Yeah.
And when I started, just like on Gunnersville, he was straight retrieving, ripping to the side, ripping to the side. Well, why don't I try a 6 to noon? You know what I mean? And started,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that made the world a difference. It was a stupid, subtle change, but it made the world a difference. So yeah, the bite changes from day to day, and you've got to be versatile. You really do. Just because.
Well, let's talk about what you just said. Not day to day. 12 seconds later, your co-angler, he just went by fish who didn't bite his lure. They're not going to bite the same thing unless they're stacked up. Rarely are they stacked up. You got to give them a different look because they didn't bite what he had in the front of the boat. As a co-angler, I think that is so incredibly powerful, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, you've got to have, well, that, and then I think it's more 60-40, but you've got to be mentally here.
Oh yeah.
You cannot get checked out. I don't care if that guy catches 27 pounds. Don't check out. You know, you've got to believe that there's fish that is, you know what I mean? Like, he's
Yeah.
passing them up. I
Yeah.
don't care who it is because I fish behind the best. I've been with the best. They cannot catch them all. They're just not
Right.
going to. And you've got to
Right.
be, you know what I mean? You've got to be changing. You've got to look and say, all right, well, it's been an hour and he ain't caught nothing. Let's do something different or this or that. You've always got to be changing. You've got to be adapting. And the key subtle things that you might not think will make a difference could make the whole difference in your whole day.
Oh yeah. Oh,
So,
I totally agree.
and I'm sitting here preaching it, but I don't always do it. I found myself going through the motions and like, well, I always catch them doing it this way, or you know what I mean? But you've just got to stay different, man. You know, you just got to change with the conditions, fish the moment. You know.
Totally. And what you just hit something else again. And I've been keenly paying more attention to it, especially since my zero battle last year, um, where I kind of gave up on some of those Shelbyville tournaments. Okay, you missed. You think the big bite window was early in the morning. As a co-angler, I usually don't catch mine till a little bit later, and sometimes the bite, there's always a good bite window later on in the day. So even on this Grand Lake thing, I was starting to feel a little bit out of it after he caught two, and I had one pick up and drop on a jig, and I go, they're biting, they're going to bite light. It's cold water, so when I felt them, I didn't yank it right away. It was a slow moving bait. I wanted them to swim a little bit and missed them, but I'm like, don't let your head get out of the game. And even though isn't it incredibly hard to keep focused on don't get out of the game, like you were saying, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, some of my best, and I know it's cliche when somebody says it can happen in 5 minutes, and
Yep.
I've always said it. And I never lived it, but buddy, I've had it happen 2 times, and it can literally happen in 5 minutes. But you got to,
Yep.
I mean, especially being in the back of the boat, you have got to be alert and you've got to capitalize on every opportunity that you have.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'll give a perfect example. Lake of Ozarks, second Toyota, end of the year, third Toyota in the Plains, in the Plains Division, back in Lake of Ozarks in September. Day two, caught one on a little jig early in the day and nothing, 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 nothing. And it's like 1:30. And I'm like, I had the Senko rig tied up all day and didn't bring it out. And I pull it out and I go, you're not going to believe this. I'm going to snoop to a Senko rig. And the guy's like, that's a good idea. Second cast, like 3-pounder. 20 minutes later, 5-pounder. I'm like, why wasn't I doing that all day? You know?
I don't know, man, because we're stubborn.
Yeah. And and Bernicki said it when he was on the channel. Oh man, you gotta have a Senko on all the time as a coangler. I'm like, that's a weenie bait. That's a junior bait. That's not a real fisherman's bait. Damn, it catches fish. I've always was the shaky head guy, not necessarily the Senko, but now I really realize, some days they want the Senko, some days they want the Neko, sometimes they want the shaky head. You got to let them tell you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm probably the worst guy to. I know I've had some success out of the back of the boat, but I go against the grain. I can't stand finesse fishing.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Can't.
on Grand Lake and I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? I'm not fishing this division. I'm a one and done travel. I'm going to keep power on. In fact, beginning of the day, I'm throwing that huge bullseye spinner bait in the bone color because no one else has it. And I'm like, this is going to be the deal. Everyone said they were catching them on spinner baits. I wasn't. My guy wasn't. But it was a mindset because I knew I wasn't tournament fishing. I wasn't points fishing. I'm like, hey, I'm here. It's win or go home for
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
jackpotting.
And that's how it was at Gunnersville. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not fishing that division, so I'm like.
But it's a wild card. You can drop one. You fish the 3 plains, and that's where I made my mistake. If I would have jumped in another one and done decent, I might have made the championship, but we could throw out that first freeze out in Ozarks.
Oh, that was terrible.
No shad kill this year. We didn't see it when we were there. It was where guys. There's it didn't really happen this year, right?
So I've been working down here, and I seen it in January, but it wasn't that bad. It was maybe a few. It was nothing like it had been in prior years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which really we kind of had a mild winter, to be honest with you.
Really except for those really cold spells, it was kind of mild. But when it was cold, it was just brutal for a week, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we had probably 2 or 3 weeks that were pretty bad.
Okay, we got about 15 minutes left here. I have one last topic, and I'm going to put out final questions for Oliver here on the link. I looked at Bassmaster today because it's Bassmaster Classic week. Oh man, I always look forward to this. I got no fishing tournaments this weekend. I'm definitely watching this baby. On the Bassmaster website, they had AI generated odds of winning the Classic. So I want to poll people, everybody, throw in who do you think was the number one choice of AI to win the Classic? Oliver, you're on the clock.
Well, if Gussie qualified for the Classic,
he didn't. He had a bad year.
If it was AI, probably Fisher and Aya.
Not even in the top 10.
Really?
It's AI. I use it for work, and we talked about this the other week. People are using it for fishing. AI from a year ago to now is like 10x better. In the last 6 months, I mean, every week it gets better. I was using it at work today, and it was doing something. I'm like, are you tapping into my like phone calls and personal life on something? I'm like, you took a fact that's not in the document I had you looking at because it went out to the internet and it gained knowledge from what's going on. So it's pretty wild shit.
No, I mean, I can tell you who I want to win, but
Who is that?
I either would like to see Seth Feider take it or Lee.
Okay, both in the top 10. So Lee
With my
Livesey,
gut then.
Lee Livesey is number 5, and he's at 10-1. Seth Feider is number 9, and he's at 18-1.
I'll be.
The number 1 and number 2 picks are both at 8-1. Who's guessing? Okay, we have one guess from Brian. Thank you. Come on, people, wake up. Give me a guess here online. Trey McKinney. I can't believe Trey McKinney was not in the top 10.
Really?
The kid is disrespected. I think, man, I am so rooting for him. I was talking about it with my boulder. My boulder was an other guy. You know, he wasn't into the forward-facing sonar thing. He understands what's going on, and he's like, that kid can fish. I fished with him years ago somewhere. Man, that dude can traditional fish.
Oh yeah.
And when you talk with a guy that's fished for 50 years, you listen, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Trey McKinney is way down in the rankings. He's 28-1. Okay, I'll drop you a hint. Number 1, a guy I talked about earlier on the podcast. Dylan F. Dylan F. Who's Dylan F? Nathan, who's Dylan F? Wheeler's in MLF, not Bassmaster. Patrick Walters, who was on the BTL that I listened to on the way home. 8-1, number 1 pick. The guy's won 4 NPFLs. He's won AOI, and he just won the NPFL championship. And he's fishing Bassmaster Elites too, and he won what last year, the year before he won one, and he was up there in the AOI too. He's old school, but he was born in '99, not 2000. That they were talking about that, bringing the break line between kind of old school and new school, kind of, if you think about it. Number two guy is very popular, and he's already won 2. I'll give you a hint.
Jay Lee.
Jay Lee. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I will tell you, I am kind of secretly rooting for little Ozark guy, Casey Scanlon.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see him in here, but
I am kind of for him just because he's the hometown kid,
Hometown. Yeah, for sure. Representing.
See him do good.
Dylan Philandro. I don't even know the guy. Patrick Walters. Yeah, James, you hit it on the nose. Okay, you hit number 5, Livesey at 10-1. 3 and 4 are both 10-1. Both very popular veterans. Polinick and Chris Johnson.
Oh yeah, Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Johnson brothers are on a roll, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, but they're just so consistent. It's not like they blue trophies left and right, but they're always in the top 25, top 50 cuts consistently.
Yep. Number 6, 14-1. Well, there's the next 6, 7, and 8 are all 14-1. Younger guy, Wisconsin guy.
Tyler Williams?
No, he was from like Connecticut, moved down to Missouri now to Ozarks. My boater from the other week kind of knew him offhand.
Wisconsin.
Jay Prescurit.
Oh, yeah.
He is always hanging around the top 10 and finding a way to get it done, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian agrees with you. Yeah. He's due. Yeah, I mean, he is due. He's a hammer and just been having a little, you go in and out of it. You go into spurts. And in
Yeah.
fact, I saw Randy Dorman. He's got a really good channel. I've been watching his stuff, and he was down at the Solo Pro on Table Rock, and he's just like, he just went from fifth in that BFL on Ozarks to like getting his butt kicked. And I'm like, hey, Ted Williams was like the greatest of all time, and he only bats 400. And he's like, that's about right. 60% of the tournaments you suck, and 40% you do good. Yeah,
Oh
right.
yeah. Oh yeah. Trust me. I know highs and lows. My tournaments look like this. Good,
Yeah,
bad, good, bad.
yeah. Because well, especially as a co-angler, you've got to have the right boater. He's got to be near fish, but probably doesn't need to be a really good fisherman, although it can be. Conditions have to be right for you got to call the right strategy, and you got to be making the right moves at the right time on the for the conditions that are going on, and you got to have a little luck. I mean, that how many times you don't know it as a co-angler, but when we're in a boat and we see forward facing sonar, how many times we go right by fish and they look at it or follow it or don't get it and you don't know. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Or that one fish that didn't bite it, or that one that got off, just a couple of pounds making a cut, going to the next day can mean everything, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell a quick story going back to that Toyota series that I damn near won on Grand Lake. We were coming up to a real shallow tapering point. I mean, this point come out super far, and I bombed a cast, and I actually bombed it too far. I wanted it to stop probably right on the drop of the point, but I threw on the point, and it was like, I don't know, maybe 9 inches of water, one crank, 6-pounder.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I didn't try to do that.
Yep.
Dumb.
Yep. Dumb luck,
Yeah.
but it was kind of skill. You had the right bait at the right time. You knew there was a point. You were throwing toward the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of luck involved in that.
Okay, number 7, Corey Johnson at 14-1 too. And then Kyle Welcher at 14-1 also in 8. Seth Fighter 9 we talked about. And then to round out, I just put the top 10 down. Sneaky little guy at 18. Sneaky guy who did really good at the last Knoxville Classic. Older guy. Senko Master.
John?
Fritzai. John Cox. You got it. Good call. So I don't know. What do you guys think here? I'm so excited to sit back and watch it this weekend and soak it in. And I was hoping to get out there. I've never been to a classic. Have you been to a classic before?
Mm-mm. I thought about going to Grand, but I just didn't get to do it. But no, I'd like to go, but my fishing schedule doesn't stop either. So,
Guy's got to have his priorities.
I would love to go, but that's during prime bass fishing season, and I'm not going to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, good point, James. Yeah. I meant to bring that up. Okay, a couple of things that are lining up different for this time from the last 2 times on Knoxville. It's unseasonably warm. The water is good. The weather is supposed to be good. And it used to be an 18-inch limit on the smallmouth, and that was the gamble that Johnson had, because a lot of people can catch 15, 16, 17s. It's like going out to Dale Hollow and that slot limit. But man, 20s are just so hard. But they were 18. It's now 15 across the board. So that's going to bring smallmouth into play. You're so right there, James. It's might definitely bring in the smallmouths better.
The reason Seth too is because there was podcasts from the last time that Gussie won, and Seth and him, they kind of had the same kind of area, but he knew that Gussie was on him,
And backed off.
he backed off. but he knows
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
He knows the deal, but he even said going forward, if we have another classic here, or if we come back here, he's not backing off.
Yeah. Yeah. You had your turn. I'm gonna have mine.
I definitely, not being biased, because Seth is probably my favorite guy to watch, but I think Seth is going to be one to watch out for in this tournament.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. Yeah. Yeah. Good point, James. Thanks for bringing that up here. I think the other thing that Matt talked about on another BTL preview of that, and I've got to listen to a bunch. When you're driving 6 hours, you can listen to like all the podcasts you haven't got to in 2 or 3 weeks here.
Oh,
Guys have been down there practicing, and man, they're catching 6, 7, 8 pounders in practice, largemouth, and that's something that didn't happen on the last couple of classics either. So it's lining up to be a little bit more of a bigger bag tournament, I think, for all of those reasons combined.
yeah, I'm definitely excited. I mean, we got a couple big derbies this weekend on Lake of the Ozarks, but I'll definitely have the phone on in the background listening.
So you're going to fish a Toyota. That'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, and if you make day 3, Thursday. And then is there something else going on this weekend on the Ozarks you're fishing too?
Yeah, the Anglers in Action is on Saturday, and then we have the last of the Winter Series Joe Bass on Sunday.
Oh my God!
So I'm gonna wrap up the Toyota and then go pre-fish on Friday for the weekend.
Holy moly! I'm so jealous. How's your family taking this road trip?
Yeah. A love and hate relationship.
Yeah. Hey, important stuff. I saw you made the daddy-daughter dance.
Yeah, I did. I did that, so at least I crossed that one before I left.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Time for about the last question here. If you got another one here. Hey, thanks so much for jumping on at the last minute, Oliver. Always a good time. Always great to have you on here. I think we had a good discussion today. You had a lot of topics.
Absolutely, yeah. It was good to jump
Any
on and talk about it. And thanks, Brian. I appreciate that.
Any closing thoughts, Oliver? What's going through your mind? You get your tackle all tied up, ready to go, ready to crawl into bed, or are you going to be a late nighter tonight? Still to do your tackle.
I've got my tackle done, but it's always a late night. Always. There's too much going on through the head, but yeah, no, I'm all ready. I got 3 of the same baits tied on 3 different poles, so I'm pretty dialed in on what I'm going to do. Just got to go out there and execute. So,
yeah, nice. Yeah. Hey, number one thing, no preconceived notions. We talked about that. Stay in the game. Let the fish tell you what they want. Watch that boater, and it will, that's all you can do.
Yeah. I mean, adding to that, it's just, you got to go with your intuition and stay positive, and, things will happen. You just got to be there in the moment, make it happen.
Yeah, everyone's wishing you good luck. We'll pay attention to what's going on this weekend, and just a little channel update here. I did some video editing. I'm making a kind of behind the scenes on the road to Grand Lake. That one's basically done. That will pop out. I'm going to try and get back on my Thursday schedule. My AI assistant is telling me that it's better now. I don't know if it's changed the season. Last year it was telling me the best time to release was like 6 to 7 a.m. Now it's telling me the best time to release is like 8 to 9 p.m. on a Thursday. When do you guys usually watch the videos? Let me know. Oliver, when do you usually have time to check into some YouTubes?
Usually, especially all your live streams, it's partly just because my memory's flushed, but I usually try to catch up. I usually watch yours the next day.
Oh no, I mean not just me. I mean just like fishing videos in general. Do you watch them in the morning? Do you watch them during the day? Do you watch them on the drive home? Do you watch them at late night or?
Probably more I'd say in the evening. I might catch a little bit on the way to work, but I really don't have that far of a commute to work, so it's really not
Yeah.
beneficial to start one. But yeah, probably in the evening when I'm winding down and I ain't got much to do.
Well, yeah, that's what it's like primetime TV watching hour is like 7 to 10 on and now YouTube factoid. YouTube is not only the most streamed platform on the planet, it is also the most watched on the planet. Their statistics are unreal.
I believe that because that's all I watch, unless the
Yeah.
old lady makes me watch something that I don't want to. But
And I think I saw a factoid is to out surpass YouTube, you have to take the top 3 streaming services and put them together combined. Is that incredible?
that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we got a 7 to 8, we got a 6. Okay, we're right at time. Thanks so much, Oliver. Best of luck to you. We'll be following you and rooting for you. Everybody will watch the Classic this weekend. I don't know who's going to be on next week here, but it's going to be interesting. I really think this is going to be an awesome tournament. We're going to have a lot to talk about. We'll have this Toyota series to talk about. There's probably some other tournaments, but I look for man. I'm really missing not being out there with you, brother.
I know you should be, buddy.
I know a couple of different reasons, man. Why they do these, I Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is tough enough, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday just kills the whole week for vacation and stuff,
It does, man. It eats up a lot of that time for sure.
Yeah. But I'll see you at Kentucky Lake at the Toyota. I hopped in that. I wasn't going to do it, and I hopped in.
Oh, good deal, man. That would be a good time too.
Yeah, we'll have to hook up. Maybe we should talk about what your accommodations are.
Okay, will do.
All right, let's hook up on the side. All right, thanks everybody. Take a kid fishing and keep your lines tight. Good night, everybody.